Assalamu alaykum. Welcome to the Islamic General Knowledge Quiz with 40 tricky questions. You'll have about 7 seconds for each one. Answer out loud and keep it fun. Ready? Bismillah! Which greeting is the sunnah between Muslims? Assalamu alaykum. Which sacred structure do Muslims face in Salah? Kaaba. How many daily obligatory prayers are there? 5 prayers. What is the first pillar of Islam? Shahada. In which month is obligatory fasting? Ramadan. Which act is the call to prayer? Azan. Which book is the final revelation? Quran. Which prophet was the first human created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Adam alayhi salam. In which city was Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wal salam born? Makkah. What is the minor ablution before prayer called? Wudu. What is the direction of prayer called? Qibla. Which night is better than 1,000 months? Laylat al-Qadr. How many surahs are in the Quran? (114 surahs). What is the first surah in the Quran? Al-Fatiha. Which surah is the longest? Al-Baqarah. Which surah is the shortest? Al-Kawthar. In which cave did the first revelation come? Cave of Hira. At what age did Muhammad alayhi salatu wal salam receive revelation? "40 years. Which city did Muhammad alayhi salatu wal salam migrate to? Medina. Who was the first caliph after Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wal salam's passing? Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu anhu. Which prophet built the ark by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's command? Nuh alayhi salam. Which prophet led the children of Israel across the sea by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's command? Musa alayhi salam. Which prophet was swallowed by a big fish by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's will? Yunus alayhi salam. Which prophet was thrown into the fire but saved by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's command? Ibrahim alayhi salam. Which prophet alayhi salam was able to understand the language of birds by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's permission? Sulaiman alayhi salam. Which prophet was given the Psalms, Zabur? Dawood alayhi salam. Which prophet spoke in the cradle by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's permission? Isa alayhi salam. Which prophet was known for dream interpretations by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's will? Yusuf alayhi salam. Which prophet was tested with illness and remained patient? Ayub alayhi salam. What is the Arabic name for obligatory charity given yearly? Zakah. What is the major obligatory pilgrimage to Mecca called? Al-Hajj. Which spring was given to Hajar and Ismail alayhi salam by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy? Zamzam. Which action is part of the Hajj rites? Tawaf. Between which two hills do pilgrims perform sa'i? Safa and Marwa. On which plane must pilgrims stand for Hajj to be valid? Arafah. Which angel will blow the trumpet on the Day of Judgment? Israfil alayhi salam. Which angel is mentioned in the Quran as the guardian of hell? Malik alayhi salam. Who is the only woman mentioned by name in the Quran? Maryam alayha al-salam. How many names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are commonly known as Asma al-Husna? 99. Which battle was the first major battle in Islam? Battle of Badr. Thanks for playing. Drop your score in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more quizzes. Assalamu alaykum.